Back in on Undisputed. A recent report by ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski offered a glimpse inside the Cavs front office leading up to the trade deadline. The report said GM Kobe Altman met with LeBron to discuss his unhappiness with the team and how to get LeBron re-engaged on the court. Now, LeBron reportedly usually had his agent handle any roster discussions with the Cavs, but Altman consulted with LeBron directly before finalizing deals that sent 4 new players to Cleveland and also received his blessing to send Dwayne Wade to Miami. The Cavs have won 4 straight overall in back-to-back games with their new roster. Rob, who deserves more credit for the Cavs' turnaround? Is it Altman or LeBron now?
This is a no-brainer. It's LeBron James. And we could talk about pieces, parts, and getting different players, and that all looks good, window dressing, new toys. But the bottom line is, it's about LeBron's play. Let me give you some numbers. Are you ready, Chris? Write these down.
I know plus minus is no doubt.
Well, you know that's
no doubt coming first.
But in the previous 19 games, LeBron, the team was 6-13. LeBron was averaging about 22 points, shooting 23% from 3, and he had a negative 7.7 plus minus. Are you ready for the last 4 games?
League, right? At that point.
Last 4 games, 4-0. He's averaging 30 points. He's shooting 46% from 3, and he has an 8.3 plus in the plus minus. So when people talk about, oh, LeBron's energized after, no, LeBron's playing better, Greg, than he was. And no matter what you say, yes, for LeBron, for anybody else, the numbers would be good, but for LeBron, they were bad. LeBron was lethargic, was like not into it, wasn't feeling the team. I get it. So when you're the best player, what happens, Chris? The team follows your lead, the tone that you set. So those other guys were like, LeBron don't care. He ain't playing defense. He ain't knocking down no shots. So they kind of like fall into a lull or a trance with LeBron.
I'm with you. When you talk about the other guys follow your lead, we're talking about Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas and Jake. These aren't young guys.
LeBron was playing like trash for LeBron. And I'm just telling you, it set the tone, and that's why that team was as bad as it was.
You're right that LeBron wasn't playing up to his standards, and that he was sulking, whether he was doing it purposely to send a message to the front office like, hey, do something, or you got no shot of keeping me long term, or was he just totally dispirited subconsciously and didn't have his game? Whatever the case, the guy that deserves credit for this turnaround is Kobe Altman. The thing that got LeBron back to being LeBron was the new players they brought in. The fact that LeBron looked around the locker room and said, I can win with these guys. These guys are young enough. They're athletic enough to guard on the perimeter. I got some shooters in the backcourt. A point guard, George Hill, who can stay in front of the opposing point guard.
The greatest player on earth needs other people to motivate him.
Everybody needs other
motivate him to play.
No, I don't think that would have continued. I think after the trade deadline, LeBron would have woke up and said, all right, I got to do the best with what we have. But still, see, we differ because you don't think they're any different than they were 2 weeks ago.
I'm not saying that they're not different.
I think they are much different. I think they are much better.
Different and better is different.
Okay. I think they're different and better.
Okay.
You don't think they're better.
I think they're different but not better.
Okay. I think they're much better.
Greg, what do you think?
I have to give Kobe Altman all the credit. LeBron's not on the phone calling GMs, hey, is so-and-so available? Is so-and-so available? That was all Kobe Altman. You can't take that away from him.
No, I don't think you can take that away from him. But LeBron did. LeBron deserves the credit here, Chris.
For what?
I mean, listen to the reports. He sat down with LeBron. Kobe Altman sat down with LeBron. And why? Matter of fact, before I even get into that, you know who else deserves some of this credit?
Who?
Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, for not doing their part. For not playing.
That's a good point.
They deserve some of this credit too, because had they not shown this early that it wasn't going to work, they may be stuck with each other. And so when I look at LeBron, everything about LeBron, he's had his hand. Everything about Cavs, LeBron has had his hand in. So now all of a sudden, you're saying Kobe Altman just made this decision?
He
pulled the trigger.
Did you see how complicated those trades were?
I understand.
There's no way a
that.
player comes
He's
up with that
handling the
stuff.
details of it, of course. But LeBron is suggesting what he needs with him to give him an idea. Chris, when you think about this, who's to say that LeBron isn't setting this up for his future? Not just for this season. We're looking at this season. They could have sat down and had a discussion like, look, if I am to stay, these are some of the pieces that I would need.
Greg, any basketball person could tell what the Cavaliers needed to do. They needed to get better defensive players. They needed to get younger. They needed to get some shooting. That doesn't take LeBron to come into the office and tell you, hey, Kobe, we need shooting, we need youth, we need athleticism. That was obvious. Look, Kobe, you can't take this away from Kobe Altman. LeBron wanted them to trade the Brooklyn pick. They didn't do that. That's what he wanted. If he would have been able to make all the calls and all the decisions, he would have said, let's shop that pick and see if we can get another star.
And this is the other problem I have with giving LeBron too much credit for I'm talking about his ability and his playing. You're saying about being involved in the front office. The team that they had going in, LeBron had something to do with that. And that was LeBron putting that team together. So when I look at it, every time I hear people say, LeBron doesn't have anything, who's the one who got Tristan Thompson signed in a contract? LeBron James. J.R. Smith.
LeBron James. Kyle Culver.
Right.
LeBron James.
How about Dwayne Wade? A lot of people said, Dwayne Wade, that's his guy. He brought Dwayne Wade there. Did it work? Most people said it wasn't going to work, right? Even when he got there. That was LeBron. So I can't look and say, now LeBron is the GM and the smartest guy on the planet because he could play and pick the team.
When you look across the league and you look across to the West Coast and you see what Golden State is, you will be willing to try anything. Let me try to get somebody who I've had success with in here and see if we can revive what we once had. And it just didn't work. I get that. But to say he didn't have any say, no.
I'm not saying he had nothing to do. I'm just saying the lion's share of the credit has to go to Kobe. If Kobe sat there with LeBron and said, okay, we can get Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, so on and so forth, and LeBron was like, that looks good, you going to give LeBron all the credit?
No, but you're saying, I get what you're saying, but it all stems from LeBron. So it starts
from his sulking,
from whatever you want to call it.
So we gonna give him credit for that?
You can say sulking. You can say whatever. You can call it whatever you want to call it.
Huh? Am I ripping LeBron?
No, I'm saying you cannot look.
I know you and Kobe Altman go back.
No, we don't. I'm just saying you can't take away. When is the last time we saw a team make 3 trades on deadline day? And all 3 trades answered an issue. The locker room problems, the conflicting agendas, the fact that you couldn't play defense. He answered all of that. He looked at his mistake in the offseason for bringing in the team he did and answered it. 15 games, a lot of GMs after 15 games would not have admitted a mistake. They would have let Isaiah ride it out. They would have said he's still hurt, the hip is a problem, and let it go in part because it makes you look bad that you trade a guy after 15 games of play. He just did an about face. I'm not saying the dude is Jerry West. I'm just saying to give LeBron all the credit for this I just think it's patently unfair.
I get you. I'm not saying give LeBron all the credit, but I'll use your percentages. I give LeBron about 78% of the credit.
That's the lion's share, man. Come on.
Exactly.
Look, on the court, it's going to be LeBron. There's no doubt. And the other role players do their part, great. But this, man, there's no way a player comes up with these types of moves. It just don't happen.
Okay. Enough LeBron for a second. I'm sure we will be back to that. But next up, the guy the Cavs shipped out keeps making headlines for the wrong reasons. You know who it is. Last night, things got chippy between Isaiah Thomas and Rajon Rondo in the first quarter. The Lakers